Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio and welcome back. Today we're going to do the next week in our Color Combo 2024 challenge. Can you guess what the color is today? So I have a little make that I'm going to do to put in my journal actually. And our shape for this week is a triangle. And our color is, of course, orange. So I'm going to walk you through kind of what my concept is for this week. And I hope you will follow along. And don't forget that if you are participating in this challenge, to use the hashtag ColorCombo2024 when you post to social media so that everyone can see your beautiful work. And for those of you that are new, this challenge is about using up scraps and also exploring different colors to use in your journals and kind of get you out of that comfort zone of choosing maybe all neutrals or colors that you're not used to using because you may not like them or whatever. And last year I did a color combo which was two colors that you used in unison to make a piece of ephemera. And this year what I'm doing is one shape and one color. So, as I said, today is triangles and orange. So, let me show you kind of what my thought is on this. So, the first thing I did was take a piece of orange scrapbook paper, and I made kind of a journaling card or a larger tag. And instead of doing the regular, cutting the rectangle and cutting the angles off the end, or rounding the top or whatever, I made a triangle at the top of the card. So that's going to be my first triangle. And I'm going to glue it on this orange dyed paper that I got from, I believe I got this from Paper Baker on Etsy. So I'm going to just kind of put this on the back so we don't have just a plain writing space on the back of our scrapbook paper. This is just one-sided scrapbook paper that I've had in my stash forever. So we're gonna glue this on here first. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday. Everything is a-okay here. My husband just had his second checkup for his second eye where he had his cataract surgery, and the doctor said that he expects 20/20 in both eyes, and so he can see and no infections or anything like that. So that's all coming out great. I'm glad he has it over with because he was really struggling to see anything. So it's nice for him to be able to drive at night and do all those things he couldn't do before because he just didn't feel comfortable doing it. Alright, so now let's cut this out. Trim around it and ink around it. Put that so I can put it back in my stash. Alright, and I think I'm going to use Vintage Photo because it has kind of an orangey tint to it. And then let's poke our hole in the top, and I'm going to put a grommet in there, I believe. Let me push my little guide down here a little bit further so I can go a little bit deeper into that spot. Hopefully I'm going to get this in the middle, because it's going to look weird if I don't. Yeah, that's pretty close. And I'm going to put a hole reinforcer and then put a grommet, just because I think it'll look better. Alright, so there's, I didn't do that good. Let's try that again. I think I have the wrong bottom part. Okay, that's better. Alright, so there's that. And then I have this lovely lady that I'm going to put on here. She's got a pretty kind of orangey bow and a kind of orange ribbon in her hair. So I'm going to ink around her, and I just fussy cut her out. I believe she is a Whistler painting, if I'm not mistaken. And she was just laying in my stash of fussy cuts that I had. I'm going to put her here. And you see I cut the tag based on how wide she was. So you definitely, you know, do not have to do, if you're going to do this kind of tag, the size that I did. And then I have some French magazine page that I'm going to just kind of put behind her, just to kind of break it up with background. I like the idea of the modern background with the old painting. I thought that looked pretty good together. So I'm just going to put this kind of down this side. Like that. And then cut it off right here. This is pretty sturdy paper, even though it is so old. I want to make sure and get it far enough over that there's not a gap. There we go. one straight. Straight would be nice. That's why I did that with glue stick. Okay. That way I have a little bit more time to fiddle with it. Cut that off. Alright, now let's glue her down because I don't have anything else going underneath her. Alright, so we got her in place, and then I have this little bird, and he's got some orange on him, and I just like the idea of him sitting here in front of her. So I'm going to ink around his little body here, and I did believe I didn't fuss cut around this bottom because I'm going to utilize this little bit of grass here at the bottom where he's sitting on the ground. Okay, so he's going to go right here. Like so. So we'll glue him down. Oops. Let's get him situated straight here. I don't want to cover her hands. Alright, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece of lace right here across the bottom of the tag. And I got this, I can't remember, guys. Sorry. It was in a lace pack that I got from somebody. I'll link it in the box if I can remember which one it came in. I'm using art glitter glue on that so I can try to get some of those little bitty glue on some of those little bitty pieces to hold it down. Okay, and then I have these little flowers that I dyed with Tim Holtz spray stains in Marmalade was the color that I used. It's a little bit deeper orange, but I like the contrast. And I'm going to glue them down in the shape of a triangle. kind of like that. And then I have two little labels. This one says paste a orange on it. This is a Tracy Fox label. And then this one was a Edith Holden sticker in the shape of a triangle. And I just put it on some book page so that I could move it around 5,000 times before I decided where I wanted to stick it. You know how that goes. So I'm going to put it down first, like that. And then I'm going to put this orange one on top of it. Just like that. Okay, so there is our tag done. Now what I'm going to do is make a pocket for my tag, and what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to make a triangle top corner page. And I didn't glue this together because I wanted you to see how you do it. You can take any size of rectangle paper that you want, depending on how big you want your triangle to be. And you're going to fold it in so that you have a nice point up at the top. Okay? Then after you do that, you're going to flip it up like that. So what you're going to have is this action going on. Alright? And then what you want to do is take your glue and put it on the outside flaps that you folded in. Make sure you do just the outside flaps. And you're going to fold it up. Just like that. Alright? And then after you do that, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut along your fold. Be sure and don't cut your fold, but just cut along the edges of your fold. Alright, so pretty much now what you have is a sealed up triangle. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cut along the long edge, and you're going to cut just a little bit off. And you can do this with a paper trimmer too if you don't feel like you can cut it straight across with your scissors. But you're going to take just the tiniest bit off the bottom. And what that does is that opens up a pocket like that. And that is what is going to fit on the corner of your journal page, which I'll show you when we get it decorated how it works. Alright. So let's ink that, and then we're going to put a couple of embellishments on it, and then we'll put it in my journal. And this becomes a double-sided tuck too, because it's going to be, when you put it in the top of your journal, or the bottom, you can use the bottom as well, you're going to have two corner tucks. You're going to have one on, you know, this side of the page, and then you're also going to have one on the other side of the page. Alright, and then because it's going to be on my page like this, I'm going to put this little French stamp on here. It's kind of a burnt orangey color. And then I made this little embellishment, and it's got kind of a teal color button and a couple pieces of lace and some orange thread. And the reason I picked this teal color is I wanted this color somewhere else on the page. And so I'm going to glue that on there just like that. And you can, actually I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on that because it'll glue faster. Art glitter glue does work on ribbon and lace and stuff like that, but it takes a little bit longer. If I can hit the pinhole, there we go. It takes a little bit longer to adhere if you use it. All right, and I'm going to clamp that down for just a second till it grabs. Because I'm thinking I might want to put a couple of splatters over here. Do I want to do gesso splatters? No, I think I'm just going to stamp them. Sorry for my moment of silence there. Okay, where did my splatter stamp go? There it is. I am going to use a darker color though. I think I want ground espresso, but I'm going to, yeah. Okay. Because, you know, if it's not grungy, it's not me. So, I'm wondering, do I want to put those? I might use those ground espresso. Put some ground espresso around the edge. I like that darker color. Let's see if we can get a little bit of that around the edge. Yep, I like that better. Okay, so I think this has set enough that I can put it in my journal to at least show you. So I've picked out a page, and this is my journal that I purchased from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals that I have since made a bigger spine because it was getting too gutter mouth and I still want to work in it. So I did take the spine off and enlarge it and put it back together. So the way this works is you take your journal page that you want to put it on and kind of open it up like a hat, and you put it right on the corner like that. Now, most of the time they will stay just like that. But if you wanted to, at the very tip, you could reach down in there and put just a little dab of glue, but you don't want to do it anywhere but at the very tip. Usually what I do is I take a paper clip, either one of the mini ones or a rusted paper clip, and I put it on there because it just adds to the decoration. And then your tag or whatever it is fits right up in there like that. And you can just put a paper clip there and it'll hold it nice and tight. And then when you flip it over to the other page, you have another tuck spot here. And like I said, you can decorate this side as well. So that's it, guys. That's my triangles in orange. I hope you guys like that. And next week we are going to be doing the shape of a diamond and the color purple. So that sounds like royalty to me, but we'll see when I start digging through my stash what I find. So thanks everybody who has joined me in this challenge. And if you haven't started yet, give it a try. And don't forget to use the hashtag ColorCombo2024 when you post to social media so we can all see your work. And I will see you guys back tomorrow for some Wednesday Grunge Play. Until then, bye.